All right, guys, here are all of the changes coming into Season 10. All the new map changes. So much is happening. Dragon is different.
Over the years,
Just
Summer's
watch,
Rift
just
has
watch.
changed a lot. Sometimes in small adjustments to things you're already familiar with, and sometimes in complete overhauls or totally new additions. We've always thought of Summer's Rift as a living, breathing place with enough depth to be fun and interesting, whether it's your first time playing or if you're a seasoned veteran. And to that end, preseason 2020, Rise of the Elements will introduce new emergent gameplay opportunities on the map.
Oh,
meant to
emergent.
open fresh
Indeed.
strategies to master, outplay, and win. The biggest change here is the new Elemental Rift system. As teams take down Elemental Drakes, one element will eventually dominate the Rift, permanently altering the map. Each Elemental Rift impacts teamfights, rotations, vision, and objective control in a unique way, meaning no one game will play out the same as the last, even if everyone's on the same channel.
I'm going to let her show the 4 dragons that just completely change the map, and then I'll explain everything.
Infernal knocks down walls and burns down brush.
Okay.
Mountain adds new terrain to play around. Ocean makes brush grow larger and spawn extra honey fruit. And Cloud turns pathways into wind tunnels that increase movement speed.
So, as you guys could see right there, it's kind of self-explanatory, but basically,
Each elemental rift.
all that happens is Infernal Drake, if that's the map, if that's the way the map gets dominated, parts of the map are just blown up, so there's less walls overall, and then you'll see right here, so there's less walls around Red Buff and other parts of the map. You can see that there's an extra wall on the Dragon Pit, and there will be more around. You can see there are more walls or more brushes here because it's water that's that's dominating, and they're like, you know, flowers now. It's kind of funny. And then you can see that on these little corridors, you get bonus movement speed, kind of like a scuttle crab.
Into wind tunnels that increase movement speed. Elemental buffs are also
And this is all over the map.
getting an overhaul, with the final stack of each element offering powerful effects that aren't just stats. Plus, Cloud Drake should be more satisfying now that we've switched it to grant CDR on your ult.
Cloud Drake now gives CDR on your ult if that's the buff you get, the dominant buff. So I think, actually, I don't know. I'm just going to go.
And don't worry, we're not letting Elder Dragon be one-upped by its younger siblings.
This is the best part. This is the funniest and best part by far.
When the game gets to Elder, we know the game's progressed pretty far. And to that end, we want to change the invisible parts of Elder buff into power that more clearly tells you to fight and push through to the end. Elder buff's keeping its burn effect, but instead of the large passive stat stick Elder currently gives, it'll now ground and execute against enemies below a certain health threshold. Dragons aside, we're also making a few map changes to add more outplay opportunities. Top and bot are getting new
here we
alcoves
go.
to shake up vision control.
Guys, look at
and
this.
games.
This is just so different. This is like, if you ever played Dominion, they had those little things off on the sides, but now bot lane and top lane have way more to it to like juke people. There's just so much more to play.
And we're adding some new brush by the blue buff.
And look at that brush right there. That's I'm also being at Baron because you know the map is just like
That's just the
copy
start
and
of what
pasted on the
preseason
other
has to
side.
offer. We'll be publishing a dev blog shortly after the stream with more info on these changes, plus a ton of others we didn't have the time to get to here. Next up, we've got a piece to show you.
Guys, this is going to make you have the chills. It's so insanely epic. I'm not gonna say
Following his
anything.
relentless pursuit of his nemesis, Lucian finally comes face to face with his past, kicking off a new chapter of one of League's oldest rivalries. Check it out.
This is the best animation I've ever seen. This is better than like a Mortal Kombat movie. Bad life. So he breaks the lantern. And now, I think most of you already know, but something's about to come out. And I'll explain in detail after this. Guys, this is the new champion, Senna. Look at that gun. Oh my god. So, and at first, it looks like she's shooting Lucian, but she's actually shielded him. This is so insane. And he dashes, of course. So as you guys can see, the new champion, Senna, is going to be released out of Thresh's Lantern. There's a bunch of lore, like Lucian and Senna are like dating or something like that. And Thresh had her in his Lantern. But a week ago, people noticed that Thresh stopped starting with one soul in his passive, which is a really cool spoiler, in my opinion, that this champion was going to be released from the Lantern. And sure enough, here it is. She has been stuck in the void or whatever. Like, she's been evil, quote unquote, but she can control the power. So you'll see her eyes are still going to be lit up as if she's possessed or whatever, but she can control it. And this is the coolest animation I've ever seen, followed by the worst logo I've ever seen.
That's right, Senna is coming to League of Legends as our first ever support marksman. She'll be available
Support
on
marksman.
PvE October 20th.
Get out of here.
Summoner's Rift isn't the only mode that's evolving this year. Let's talk a little bit about League's newest permanent game mode, Teamfight Tactics.
So
when we launched Teamfight Tactics earlier this year, we hoped you'd love it, and the response has blown us away.
After this is the
TFT
craziest
has
part.
brought millions of players to League. It's one of the biggest modes we've ever added to League, and it has us feeling incredibly inspired about ways we can keep investing into TFT for years to come. One of the biggest ways we're going to be changing the game in the near future is with seasonal sets. A couple of times per year, we'll rotate in a whole new host of champions, origins, classes, and items. TFT will always be about strategic depth and exploration. In the new sets, we'll keep some of the mechanics. This is gonna be awesome.
I didn't even watch this the first time.
We'll also reimagine a few favorites, and we'll introduce others that are totally new.
That's so cool.
Thematically, we can explore the entire League universe and the alternate universes by drawing deep from the whole spectrum of champions and skins that we've created in the past 10 years.
Oh.
The first seasonal set is coming to live servers in just 3 weeks. It's called Rise of the Elements, just like preseason. It will feature totally new origins like Desert, Inferno, Poison, and new classes including the Summoners and Mystics.
That's so cool.
New champions like Lux, Annie, Olaf, and even some old favorites bringing new twists. Those that played in the beta season will get rewarded for their climb, and we'll reset the ladder as we bring improvements to the system. And of course, Set 2 wouldn't be complete without a whole new host of little legends, arena skins, and some brand new things to make you and your team look good.
To make you spend your money.
It'll hit PvE October 22nd, and we've just published a dev blog on LeagueOfLegends.com.
October 22nd, okay.
Check it out and let us know what you think.
Dude, so much stuff is coming out. One more thing. Oh my god.
From the moment we launched TFT, players have been asking for a mobile version of the game. It turns out, you guys actually do have phones. So by popular demand, we're announcing Teamfight Tactics as its own separate app for iOS and Android devices.
That's awesome.
It's coming in early 2020, and we'll have a few betas coming in December of this year.
Oh my god.
It'll feature full cross-platform play with
oh my god, this is the perfect game to have freaking mobile.
We hope you're as excited as we are for what's coming for SR and TFT.
This is the best part.
There's something else we'd like to share. It's something we've been working on for a while, and some of you might even be expecting. TFT isn't the only thing going multi-platform. Coming soon, we'll be bringing the League experience to both mobile and consoles.
Console and mobile.
Let's take a first look at League of Legends Wild Rift.
Hey there, it's Michael Chow.
It looks so
I've been
perfect.
dying to talk to you about the Wild Rift, which is coming soon to console and mobile.
And I'm not talking about the dude. I'm talking about the game.
It's taken us years, way too long to do this, but we had to get it right. We needed to figure out how to bring a true League experience to other platforms in a way that's worthy of your love, your time, your investment. And we think we've finally gotten there with the Wild Rift, and we're thrilled to be able to share it with you. Now, why bring
Dude,
League to other
this
platforms? in the
literally
first
looks
place?
so good.
Well, for years, many of you have been
Oh my
telling us
God.
that the marquee League PC experience is sometimes tough to fit into your lifestyle, which can change from 1 week to the next, 1 month to the next, 1 year to the next. You've also
Okay, I'm allowed to say this. I went to Riot and I tested this a few days ago. It felt as close to as perfect as it can probably get. Obviously, it's a little bit different, you know, less skill cap, I guess you could say, because you don't have a mouse and keyboard. But it genuinely felt so smooth compared to everything else. Like, there's only a few differences. Like, they'll talk about some of them, but like, there's no awards. You'll
been
see.
telling
It's
us
really
that
not
you
that
simply
much different.
can't play League with a lot of the friends you love to game with.
Also, if you have questions about this, leave a comment down below and I'll try to answer what I can about the game.
Yes, because of their lifestyles as well, but also because League takes a long time to learn. The matches are really long and so on. So we built a new Rift that you can play on console
From
and
scratch.
mobile
They built it from
with
scratch.
15 to 20 minute matches.
No
And a
integration.
dual stick control scheme that's intuitive and satisfying and still super deep.
Oh, and they gave Lux
We've
instant
also added
autos,
some
which
new
I think is
systems that
a really good
preserve
idea.
The core 5v5 gameplay, you know, while adding a few twists that we think
I want to
really
see a mini
shine
rework
on
of
mobile
Lux
and
doing
console.
that on live
Now,
servers,
Wild Rift
like
is not
instant
a
attack, a
port
passive
of the PC
target.
game. Taking SR and just shoving it onto new platforms wasn't going to work. To get the gameplay just right, we needed to rebuild from scratch. We spent a long time making sure this will be a true League of Legends experience
Like,
that's worthy of devoting
it's
your
literally the
precious
same exact game
Wild Rift
without
has
alcoves.
incredible depth, and you can make those same badass 200 IQ outplays and team plays you know and love from League PC.
Here, this is the ultimate 200 IQ play. Also, you can tell you get your ult at level 5 now. Alright, that's honestly, like, so sick. Dude, tell me these stupid knockoffs can do stuff like this. Because they can't. It's a lie. No, none of these terrible knockoff games can do anything close to this. Like, I even
We'll
had a
be straight
flash
with you.
condemn. I
There are
was
some
playing Vayne earlier.
downsides to the from scratch approach we've taken.
You can make crazy plays.
We're
It's harder,
not
though.
going to have every single champ and skin available on all platforms. And although you won't get the same unlocks between League on PC and this version, you will get great rewards for the time you've spent with League over the last 10 years. But like I said, we think these trade-offs are worth it. Starting from scratch has given us the opportunity to do a full visual remaster
So sick.
on a ton of the game. We've also taken the time to
Angler
build
Jacks,
an all-new
baby.
collection system that lets you show off all your champs and skins in an incredibly immersive way.
Such a
We
happy
think
game.
this is so dope. We're just
This
going to play
is
this for a
dope.
bit so you can enjoy it.
Oh my god. You can't beat Riot. You know what? This is what they're spending all their money on. They don't fix the game with bugs and balance, but they make it crazy. This is what all their money is going into, guys. Oh my god. Okay. That's literally it. After that, there's Mafia Brahmin. That's the end of it. But guys, this is just honestly. Let's go full face. Let's go full face. Oh wait, it didn't work. Let's go. Anyways, guys, this is honestly the craziest stuff ever. If you have questions about anything, let me know in the comments because I can probably answer some of it. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like and more specifically subscribe because we have so much new stuff coming out. The new champion, new preseason changes, everything's coming out so soon. You don't want to miss it. Turn on the bell too. And have a good day, guys. Peace out. Hope you're as excited as I am.